And joining us now with more on the proposed legal reform is member of Knesset for the Religious Zionism Party, Simcha Rothman. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So what can you tell us about this, legal reform? Why the need for such a reform in the first place?
Israeli justice system is not functioning, and in a lot of ways. And the need for the reform is actually something that is is understandable by broad audiences and many parties. Splitting the roles, for example, of the Attorney General, part of our program, was a promise by Gideon Saar last election. He said he won't do it now, but he did it. He promised it for his voters. Yair Lapid said it's a necessity. The Prime Minister said it's a necessity, and then he said, I won't do it because it might affect Netanyahu. So basically, our justice system was taken hostage by people that prefer people getting hurt, people getting not getting their rights, people suffering from false arrests and from police brutality, that they won't have anyone to go to, anyone to investigate that, because they don't want to help Netanyahu. We saw it in many ways. We think for many years that the justice system in Israel is losing public trust, need to have a major reform, both in the Supreme Court and the courts and in the legal advisory. Israeli system is unlike any other country in the world. There is no other country in the world when you have an attorney general who has so much power and so little accountability. We don't have any other country in the world that the elected officials have basically zero impact on the question who will be appointed to be a judge. That's not the case in most democratic countries, and there is no reason Israel will have an undemocratic way to have the justice system.
Now, on the flip side, critics are saying that this is simply a way to wipe away opposition leader Binyamin Netanyahu's trial. I mean, how do you respond to that?
First, it has nothing to do with Netanyahu's trial. I wrote, for example, my offer to change the criminal law on this vague and unconstitutional felony it's called in Israel breach of trust. It's in England they give it other name. It's a misconduct in public office that is vague, and most countries in the world that had it canceled it. Great Britain just got an offer to cancel this legislation. Australia, South Africa. So everyone in the world says it's a bad felony, but no, here we have to keep it because of Binyamin Netanyahu. That's not a way to manage or to run a country. To give everything, to give up on any offer to reform because you think about Netanyahu's trial. But also, Netanyahu, one of the accusations against him is bribery. No one is offering to change anything in the bribery. And also, Netanyahu's, even we said in the introduction to the program, we said that Netanyahu case will be exempt from this change. If anyone wants to find another excuse why Israeli justice system needs to stay in the bad way it's built today, I suggest they will try to look for another excuse, because we specifically said that we will exempt Netanyahu from this change.
All right, Simcha Rothman, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's Emmanuel Kadosh. I wanted to invite you all to subscribe to ILTV Plus, where you can find our daily news and updates about Israel. And not only that, but live feeds, entertainment, our kosher food show, and so much more. Needless to say, your subscription to ILTV Plus helps us grow and create more content while also supporting the state of Israel. Our app is available on all platforms and devices, so I'll see you guys there.